Hi, this is Gabriel Flores.
Hi, this is Gabe Flores Sr.
And you're listening to The Fighter's Voice
on 1680 AM.
You're tuned in to The Fighter's Voice on AM 1680, The Answer. Voiceography at its finest. And now, here's your host, Richard Ortiz.
Hey, we're here at The Fighter's Voice, 1680 AM, in collaboration with The Answer. Before we even get started, I want to thank Serrano's Furniture. Family owned since 1986 in 9 locations. Wow. You got Bakersfield, Delano, Dinuba, Fresno, Hanford, Madera, Tulare, Vicella, and Porterville. The best, what did I say it was? Yes, it was. I did say furniture in the world. Left everybody hanging right here. But I got to introduce our guest. Gabriel Flores Sr., the trainer, the father, the pioneer. Enough said. How we doing, Senior?
I'm doing all right. How about yourself?
You know what? We're doing good. And no words could express who we have in studio. The one, the only... Oh boy.
Fighting out of the red corner in the lightweight division from Stockton, California, Gabriel Flores Jr.
Wow. And there he is, the future Hall of Famer, the future champion of the world, the future unified champion of the world. I got here in studio, the one, the only Junior at only 16 years of age, the youngest in history to sign with Top Rank Boxing. How we feeling, Junior? How we feeling today?
I'm feeling great, my man. Thank you for having me on your show.
You know what? Thanks for being here. Thanks for being here. Dad, what did it take to finally get you here? I know you had to break your workouts. I know you just had to flip the script to come here all the way from Stockton, baby. Talk to us about that.
And the pouring rain, man. Dodged like 2 accidents and everything, but we're here, bro.
Oh, yeah, you know, you're here. We're all here. Bob Arum's going to be here soon. He had great things to say about you and your dad, Junior. He just said, man, what a collaboration. Both father and son, they work good together. I can't wait to put these guys on my bill. I can't wait to have pay-per-view revenue with these guys, give them the exposure that they need. How does it feel, son, knowing that you are going to be the future in boxing?
You know, it feels great because me and my pops been working at this since I can remember. You know, I had boxing gloves on my hands before I could speak. So to have somebody that's so important to boxing say something like that about us, it makes me feel great.
And Dad, when did you know what, there's something special about this kid? There's just something a little different. When did of course every parent's going to say that about their son or daughter, but when did you know, hey, I have something special here?
I think when I took him down to the Colonia, he was about 6 years old, 7 years old. His brother Roger was sparring and he wanted to get in the ring. I threw him in there. A little chubby kid beat up little Gabriel, you know, give him a little beating, but he kept wanting to fight, And he got out the ring. I said, son, you want to keep doing this? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, oh, this kid, you know, it's for real.
You know what, I'm gonna read off some of his accomplishments because it's just, I was doing my research. We got a research team. It was just blowing me away. I mean, you were a member of the U.S. Junior National Team in 2005. 2015, 2016, with an outstanding amateur record of 91 wins and just 7 losses. And in 2015, you claimed the silver medal at the World Junior Championships, and that was at 125 pounds. Now get this. Then you won the gold in the championship in the same division, U.S. Junior National Championship. In 2016, you won the U.S. Junior National Championship, but then you started moving up. I believe, you won your first bout at, 125, and then you moved up all the way to 138 pounds. Where's this growth spurt coming from?
I mean, it was a growth spurt a little bit, but then it was a little bit of everything else, you know. A lot of people were telling me like he only does good at 125 because he's light and all that. So I dropped up 2 weight classes and got a stoppage my first fight at that weight class. So it's just, you know, to prove myself, not only to people, you know, I don't really care what people really think about me, you know. I just try to stay positive for myself. And, you know, the question comes to myself, how good really am I? And so I fight at 138 and I win a national title at that weight, at a big weight that I don't belong in, and I win outstanding. And so that makes me feel good about myself, and I just like to prove things to myself and to my team, to my father.
You know, I know you owe a lot of your training, your success to your dad. How do you turn it off? I mean, once you come out of the gym, when is it father and son time?
I mean, we just have a great understanding with each other. You know, it's always father and son time. It's always both of those at the same time. It's always, you know, even when we're home, relaxing, we'll talk about boxing. What should we do better? I mean, people talk about how great of a fighter I am, and that's why I am, because me and my father have great understandings of where we want to be and what we want to do and what we got to do it. So, you know, I feel like it doesn't even have to be turned on. It's just you always have to know why he's doing what he's doing, because he wants the best for me, and you know I want the best for myself. So that's why we know we're a great team.
You know, Senior, it sounds like you guys got a good rapport with each other. You guys got good communication, and you guys, I mean, and I just spoke to you off camera earlier. If it's not broken, don't fix it. Now, speaking of that, when is the big day? When is he going to turn pro? I'm hearing sometime in May. Is that correct? And his pro debut, do you want to elaborate on that?
Yeah, I just spoke to one of the top-ranked guys this morning. It's going to be in May, most likely in May, Vegas or Texas.
And what weight would he be competing at?
He'll debut about 132, 133, lightweight.
Oh, okay. Then keep his speed and still be agile and still have that natural power. I mean,
right.
He hasn't even hit the man strength yet. I mean, 16 and a half still, man. I mean, look out. His opponent needs to look out, especially when he's sitting down on his punches.
Right. And I think a lot of people get it confused between the pros and the amateurs, you know, because a lot of people try to completely change a fighter where they shouldn't. The fighter just has to sit down a little bit more on his shots and pick his shots a little bit better. That's it. I mean, a lot of people make mistakes and try to square a fighter up, get him flat-footed, just going, balls to the wall, which is incorrect. I mean, I believe.
You know, I've watched some of his events, and I've heard different nicknames: Little G, the Mexican Roy Jones, the Top Ranked Kid. Which one really grabs you, Junior, and you grasp onto it and say, you know what, I kind of like that. I kind of dig that one. Anyone come to mind?
I don't know, not yet, but I've been called Little G ever since I was a baby.
Oh, okay. Then I've been hearing the Top Ranked Kid. I've been hearing that and the Mexican Roy Jones. None of those, huh? I can see them on your trunks pretty soon.
Yeah, well, Mexican Roy Jones probably comes from me telling everybody that he's my favorite fighter of all time, because people tell me if it was anybody I looked up to, who would it be? And I always said Roy Jones Jr. When I was little, I was showboat in the ring because that's what Roy Jones did. I would just do what he did. So, he was a big inspiration to me. But I don't know. Maybe one day one of those nicknames will be one of my nicknames.
And he still showboats. Don't let him fool you.
I've seen some of his workouts. I see the left hand drop, but he's baiting you in, so that right hand can come in that little left hook with a lunge. He got it going on. That's good. And just know, mark this date right now. Take it for the record. One day, Roy Jones Jr. will be calling one of Little G's fights on HBO. You heard it first at the Fighter's Voice at 1680 a.m. in collaboration with The Answer. Now, I noticed that when he talks, usually when he talks, he's kind of still, great mannerism. His dad raised him very well. But ever since he got this diamond cut, top ranked ring, he's talking more with his hands. I mean, the listeners, they don't know, but the video, let's get a shot at that ring right here. Check this out right here, man. Look at that.
Bling, bling.
Bling, bling.
Every time I come around your city, bling, bling.
Exactly, the crazy Woody. And what does it say on the side? Youngest ever?
Youngest ever, it's just something for me to look at and me to be proud of myself.
That's what's
cool,
up,
man.
That's what's up. Now I want to see dads. I want to see when dad gets one right here saying, "Yeah, that's my son, G."
My dad's gonna have a rollie. It's something different.
Oh, okay, a little rollie. Oh man, I got to start showing
little
you.
rollie.
There you go. No, Dad, that's all fine and dandy. I mean, you guys work hard, and you're gonna reap the benefits someday, and you are. And again, I thank you for driving in the rain, making it all the way to Fresno, California, being a part of the Fighter's Voice. But I got to ask you something. I got to put you in the corner here. Did you have a boxing career at your time, and why did you pick up boxing when you could have coached? And I've heard you coached other sports.
Right? No, I never coached any other sports.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get on my research team and say, hey, you took me for a little
while.
while.
Yeah, no, never did that. So what it was, my dad was a big time into boxing. My brother boxed, and ever since I was 8 years old, he watched tapes with me and break them down, and I was really intrigued by fighting, and so I started training with my brother, and did the amateur thing for a little bit, but I was into gangs, deep into gangs when I was young, and I think my dad worked out of town a lot, so I was in the streets a lot, and I kind of gravitated to that. I mean, I'd probably fight over 50 street fights in my lifetime, and it was kind of rough, and then I started packing guns and stuff like that, and I started having kids. I think I had my daughter really young, and then I got incarcerated. And during incarceration, I didn't want that from my family. You know, I didn't want. I missed my daughter, and it kind of messed me up. So when I got out, after a couple years later, I had Gabriel Jr. And I really, I said, you know what, I don't want this for my kids, for my son. Yeah. So I started training them fighting. You know, actually it was Rogelio Gutierrez who I trained first, my stepson. So I started training and getting into coaching and stuff like that. But the coaching thing is more where you got to be willing to learn. Don't be so bullheaded.
Right.
And I mean, people build bridges all the time, right?
Right. Right.
Why am I going to try to figure out how to build it myself when there's geniuses that did it already?
Exactly.
So you go, you learn. You got to keep learning. I mean, as a coach, you got to keep learning and picking up new things and things that fit your style. But if you stay in a box, you'll never get nowhere. You know. So I mean, I still continue to learn, and all the national tournaments we won, I learned a lot of stuff out there. East Coast, DC coaches, man, they're really good out there. So my style is real technical, what I teach. So
now there's a lot of good trainers out there. You got the Robert Garcias, you got the Freddie Roaches, and God rest his soul, Emmanuel Stewart.
Right.
Where can you say to yourself, okay, I kind of dig what he's doing today? What would you compare yourself to?
Nacho Beristain, I love what he does.
Okay.
Great technique, great counter punching. And he, to me, no respect to nobody, but Nacho Beristain is the best coach I ever seen.
Those are powerful words coming from a powerful man.
Right.
I can't respect that. He's made several world champions. I can't say made. He's given these fighters the opportunity, but he's given them the tools, the knowledge, and a lot of them ran with it. A lot of them ran with it and continue to have success.
Yeah.
Now, I want to ask you this. When Gabriel was growing up, was it just boxing? I mean, he's so athletic. I could have seen him playing football, playing soccer, playing baseball. Or was it just boxing?
No, I mean, his first sport he tried was baseball. You know,
I love that sport.
Right. They put him on the older kids team on accident, and he was really good, man, hitting the ball, doing really good. And they were like, "Hey, man, you're only 6, 7 years old. You belong playing t-ball." And he got all upset. He was all, kind of pissed, and he was like, "Man, I wanted to be on the older kids team." I mean, because he was good enough to play on the team. And he played for like a year, and me and little Raj was doing the boxing thing, and he was in the garage watching. He was like, "I don't want to do this," and he started doing it. And he never looked back, man.
And you just knew, okay.
And I just knew.
We're going to go all the way 100%. So you don't got a glove, baseball glove at the house just chilling, getting ready to make a
I don't,
for the Dodgers?
Nah.
Baseball season's around the corner. And I'll change the subject real quick. The Super Bowl, it was what it was. It went by. I mean,
crazy.
It was crazy. It was crazy. But baseball season is around the corner. And these baseball players, there's an unwritten rule. They got to learn to fight. Because when one pitcher gets hit, another person, all dugouts, they rush.
Yeah.
Now, you sit back and look at these grown men fighting, you're going, oh, man, look at his footwork. It's off. Or look at his left hand was dropped. Oh, Dad, these guys can't fight. Do you ever assess these grown men trying to protect themselves?
I just try to look at the positives, Well, I have seen a couple, like, little baseball type fights, and I'll just be like, man, they're ruthless, man. They don't care. They just get in there. They're supportive about their players on their team.
And no bare knuckle fights for you, right, Junior?
No, none at all.
You know what? No, we got to protect those hands because those hands are going to be paying the bills just pretty soon. And speaking of paying the bills, we're at 1680 AM, the Fighter's Voice, in collaboration with The Answer. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll Gabriel Flores Sr. and Gabriel Flores Jr. Hey, remember, everybody has a voice, and so do you.